What if the government's harvesting our poop?
What do you mean?
Like, to build, like, super weapons or, like, mud houses.
What type of super weapons would they have?
A big stinky one.
Pig. 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 Pig.
Blanket!
Whatever.
Alright, what's going on, guys? Trash Diamond here.
Don't forget about me. It's Drunk Dancer.
It's a homeless man that I pulled off the streets.
I was dancing.
He was dancing while intoxicated on the devil's elixir, his nectar.
Let me just get up here.
Wow.
Real quick.
You guys liking that chair moving audio?
Yep, of course.
Mason, what is this show?
Oh. Well,
I put you on the spot. Pop quiz. What's this show?
Well, basically,
In a nutshell.
we tend to have very weird and somewhat deep, sometimes interesting, sometimes stupid conversations.
About the government harvesting our poop.
Yeah, or other things like Simpson at midnight. Simpsons.
Midnight at Simpsons is fun.
It's so fun. We've confirmed that. But anyways, we've decided to bring it to a podcast for everybody to love and enjoy, and it's a family. What do you call it? It's a wholesome fun for the family.
It's a wholesome fun for the family. Get your mom, get your grandma. I don't know why I'm just including females, but your dad will like this. I guarantee it. Guarantee he loves pigs in a blanket.
Yeah, who doesn't like pigs in a blanket? Speaking of pigs in a blanket, how do we come up with the name Pigs in a Blanket?
I honestly don't know. I came to you and I was like, we should do a podcast about our random deep thoughts that really aren't that deep, the shallow thoughts. And you said Pigs in a Blanket sounds pretty good for a title, and I was like, I like it. And then I was like, what about Sarcastic Seminar? And you're like, nah, Pigs in a Blanket's pretty cool. I'm like, do we have to buy a pig for this?
We have
a pig in the studio right now. Shut up, Wilbur.
Oh gosh. But the question, why don't we have a blanket over the pig in our logo?
And you're right.
Ooh.
The person we commissioned is now fired.
Yep.
We have to get rid of the logo now.
We have to get rid of the podcast.
Wait, the podcast is ending. Thank you guys so much for watching us. First episode ruined. But today, the question we're gonna be asking ourselves is how how would you invade a planet if you were an alien, Mason?
Okay.
Drunk Dancer.
Yes.
If you were an alien, how would you go about invading Earth? Knowing
Earth or a planet? Give me.
I'm saying Earth is our set.
With a full society and resources and world problems.
Yes, Earth. Earth as of this date, April 9th, 2017. How would you go about... If you were an alien... First off, let's talk about what alien kind of society we'd be.
Are we extraterrestrials?
We are
highly...
intelligent.
We're more intelligent than...
Yes.
Earthly scum.
You can make up your own lore right now.
Okay.
I'm giving you the floor.
Okay, in a galaxy far, far away. So we're just gonna go off the Star Wars, right? Star Wars whole lore, whole everything, right?
Oh, do you have that copyrighted?
Star battles.
The Star Battles lore.
Yes. And what I do is I'm not even gonna negotiate with people. I'm just gonna say, here's my Death Star, and if you don't let me take over your planet, then there's gonna be some problems, and you guys might not be alive for longer than 2 seconds.
This podcast is gonna last 2 seconds if that's your plan.
Well, okay, but you're right.
I want an in-depth.
All right. We'll get it more right. Okay. So, first off, my society looks just like the humans. Okay. So 2 arms, 2 legs.
Bigger dong though.
Bigger, yes, of course, always. But we're smarter. Brains are bigger, but our heads aren't bigger. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So we look just like them. So first thing I do is I send in spies. Where do we send the spies to?
Washington,
D.C. to
Okay.
infiltrate the government, which really isn't much there. Anyway, and then to Russia, because, Putin. And then, once I get nuclear codes...
Wait, so you're saying you're Putin spies in Russia. You're Putin.
Dudum-tsh. And then, what do I do after that? Okay, nuclear missiles, okay?
The missiles.
The missiles, yeah. And then we threaten each other. We make the Russians and the United States threaten each other, and then we give them the option to ally with one of us. And then we create a world war, but we help one side, and then once we help that one side, we stab them in the back, and we just take over the whole world.
So, if I'm getting this correct, you're sending a spy into America, you're sending a spy into Russia, you're making them the leaders.
Yeah. Not the leaders.
It's just a higher up, like the right-hand man.
Yeah.
Maybe vice presidents.
Yeah, like first mate.
First mate.
Shmee.
Best bud.
Shmee.
The Shmee kind of situation. And so then after you have the first mate, you are going to have them be like, hey, this is what America said about Russia.
Yeah.
They said their cuisine sucks. You say a bunch of Russian jerks. And you have them start World War III. And then the alien group, your alien group, you side with either one of them. You're not prejudiced.
No.
And you're like, hey, we'll help you with these guys over here. And then you take them out. You double cross.
Yes. So so say we ally with Russia, or Russia comes to us to ally. We'll ally with them, take out the U.S., and then once we win and everybody's like, yay, we made it, Russia, we just destroy them. And then we go in and we just take over the world. And then we connect it to our intergalactic society.
Really?
Yeah.
That is your plan. But
Yeah.
how would you benefit the Earth after you take it over? Or would you just turn it into like a harvesting plant for like...
resources, dude.
Yeah. You just
So in our society, on our home planet Zen, right? Everybody's vibing.
Everybody's vibing?
So there's a lot of babies.
Oh.
So it's like our little extension of Zen. And it's just another place to live. It's kind of like a state. So then we just go on and we get more and more and more planets until we have a full-on, what would you call it, intergalactic society.
A colony of
Yeah.
different areas?
Yeah, like a bunch of states and provinces. So yeah.
Okay, I want you to describe to the viewers what I'm drawing right now.
Because this is my people. Describe to them what that is.
So, if you look at the logo of Pigs in a Blanket, that skull is the head of this monster, and it's a squid. The squid monster has 2 arms, 4 legs, and it's wearing a dress.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a tunic?
It's one of our traditional garbs. I'd be kind of you to stop making fun of our wachakakas, we call them.
Your wardrobe.
It's called a wachakaka.
Is there a lion and a witch in a wardrobe?
There is an ice princess, but that's besides the point. We call ourselves the Jars.
Jars?
The Jars, like a mason jars.
Okay.
And we used to be a nice civilized place. Didn't even hurt anyone. Just a friendly game of LARPing every once in a while was
Not
the most.
even a fly?
Not even a fly.
Wow.
We were friends with the flies. We befriended them. We ride them now.
Are they giant flies?
They are regular sized flies, and we are regular sized people.
Wow, those are some strong flies.
Our gravity is a million times stronger than Earth's, so when we invade, we are going to be huge beings. We're like, oh yeah!
I like it.
So, we don't get much contact with other planets. We don't usually no hurtful words are usually said on our planet.
Okay.
Until about 50 years ago. 50 years ago, a satellite came tumbling into our atmosphere, killing our beloved Cha-Cha.
Your ice princess.
Was not our ice princess.
Dang it.
It was the ice princess's daughter.
Oh!
She was an international celebrity, beloved by all.
What'd she do?
She was just the cutest darn thing. Her catchphrase was, "What y'all talking about?"
I like it.
And she was a cute, your equivalent of like,
Catch me outside.
no, not the equivalent of Catch Me Outside, but she was the one that came up with all the dank memes on our home planet.
Okay.
And when it crashed into, it was just her, by the way. She was like waving to fans in a limousine, and all of a sudden, the bullet or the giant, meteor, we call it, your guys's
The beacon.
the beacon, crashed into her. It was a huge satellite just crashed into her directly.
Wow.
It was like a targeted attack. It was like SEAL Team 6 sent that. And so we were like, must be a threat on our home planet and everything we love. So we put away our peaceful tendencies, and we live for very long times. We're like elves.
You can't die.
We can die. It just takes a whole heck of a lot. Like eating sand. That's the only thing that can kill us.
Wow.
We're like
Is there a
Kryptonians.
lot of sand on planet?
Nope, we've all hidden it. We all have secret stashes of sand in case our neighbor gets
Wow.
too rowdy.
Okay.
In case we live next to a frat and then we just throw it over the fence. Jimmy, what'd you do? I killed the frat party next
Terrorist
door.
attack.
So, we have, for the past 50 years, been just beefing up, getting a
Okay.
huge military and many warships ready to travel to your home planet.
What type of technology are we talking about? You said warships, so are they like flying pirate ships?
Oh, definitely flying pirate ships. We may look like a bunch of squid people, but we are warriors. And we have thousands of... Because every single one of those tentacles is a big, fat wanker.
Yeah.
It's a big dong. And so
So do you float then?
we don't necessarily float, we hover.
Okay.
It's a more manly way to say it. We glide across the skies. We can't fly, but we glide. So we're not giant... It looks like what you call pirate ships. We call them gongle-dongles.
Okay.
Pretty manly.
Gongle-wongles.
And so what our plan is... Oh, excuse me, I just burped. We're leaving that in, too, because I'm not editing it out.
I like it.
Smells-
like squirt.
It smells like Squirt. Sponsored by Squirt. Get your Squirt today. So, I was kind of thinking about my plan, and I realized what every single good alien attack needs is a little bit of fear. So what we do is we hire paid actors, space actors.
Mass genocide.
No, not mass
Not
genocide.
yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
We hire paid actors from other galaxies far, far away, like your planet maybe, or just some scary-looking aliens that probably are harmless. And we have
Darth Maul, except he's very harmful.
yeah, he's very harmful. He cut a man.
Sorry, from Star Battles, he's Darth Gal.
He's Darth Gal.
Yeah.
So we hired Darth Gal from Space Battle as your place, and he gets on the television. He's like, "Humans of Earth, I'm here to bring down the pain.
Hulk Hogan.
I'm ready to take you down, brother." And at first,
bicycle mustache.
does he? I don't know what Darth Gaul looks like.
Sure, he does now. He grew one.
He grew one for this audition.
Yeah.
We asked for it
He
specifically.
really wanted to get the part down. Okay, keep going.
So, so at first, all you stupid humans are all like, "Oh,
Oh my god.
they're like, oh, it must just be like a publicity stunt for Leonardo DiCaprio and Hulk Hogan's new movie." But then Leonardo DiCaprio's like, "We're not making a new movie. I don't know."
Make a movie with Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan's like, "I'm old and crusty," and everyone's like, "Oh no, this is real." And we have them pretend to be the alien invaders, but really we're coming in invade. So we come up and we're like, "Hey, we hear you guys need a little bit of help over here." And they're like, "Oh my gosh, our alien saviors!" And we ET their asses. We ET them.
You go home.
No, we befriend them and eat all their
Children.
No, not their children. They're Reese's Pieces.
What's that gonna do?
Have you not seen E.T. where he eats the Reese's Pieces and get drunk?
That's true.
He did get drunk.
And then he dances.
He did. And he saw Yoda and he's like,
That's true. I forgot.
Connected universes.
Star Battles. His name is
Go
Toad.
Toad.
Coach Toad.
Princess Peach. Copyright. So, we befriend the humans, but really, we're catfishing them, kind of. We're like, "Oh yeah, we're your friends. These people, we won't let them take over your world." But really, we're taking over the world, and we're double-crossing them, just like you did. And so, we're like, okay, in order to kill these guys, we need to use our hydrogen cannon. They're like, "Oh, it sounds dangerous. Oh."
It's really just an air compressor.
No, it's just a vacuum, and we suck up all the water from the ocean, and then take away the icebergs. So then the Earth has no more groundwater,
Does that mean
no
that
more
there's
sea.
no more penguins?
Yep, all the penguins
How
are dead.
could you?
All the penguins are
You
dead.
are evil.
I'm trying to take over a world here. They killed our little
The penguin people are going to be very upset with you. You're going to start an intergalactic war.
with penguins because everyone knows that penguins are from outer space. But we'll get to
Yes.
that. We'll get to that in a minute. We'll talk about repercussions. So we take all the water in the icebergs and we kill most of the penguins and the polar bear people. What are you doing right now? He has an eraser in his mouth.
Sorry.
He's trying to cannon it.
Yeah,
Across the room.
hydrogen cannon.
So we suck up all their water and we're like, okay, this is what's going to power our hydrogen cannon. We'll return all the water. It's like a turbine engine. They're like, okay, that makes sense. But really, we're just stealing all their water and shooting it off into space because screw them. And we steal all their water because we don't need water. My people lives off just sunshine alone. And
Photosynthesis?
Mhm.
You guys are part plant.
and squid and human. Well, what you guys consider humanoid beings.
Okay, that's pretty cool. That's smart.
Mm-hmm.
Darn.
Mm-hmm. Thought of it. We have solar panels in our heads
That
that are also communication devices.
That's brilliant.
So if the sun goes away, you still have like 42 hours
Yeah,
of battery still in your headset that you can survive off of.
that's crazy.
No big deal. We're just kind of a sophisticated being race. Is this boring you? Are you yawning?
No, I'm not.
So we make all of our actions seem like, oh yeah, we're just helping out. We're trying to kill these beings that are trying to kill you. But really, it's just they're both of our ships. So it's like
So
Darth Gaul's in one ship, and he's pretending to be the bad guy, and we're on Earth with our ship, and we're like, oh no, Darth Gaul's gonna get us.
So you make it seem like your government is doing the right thing, but
Uh-huh.
your government really just attacked them, and then
So we're making our
you're
government.
manipulating the people.
And so then finally, towards the end, after we've done a whole bunch of stuff, like lit the whole rainforest on fire and killed Harambe
No, not Harambe.
2.0,
Junior.
back and better than ever.
It's a little boy.
Donkey Kong Jr.
Oh no.
After
Diddy
we've
Thong.
after we've done all this, after we murdered Diddy Kong and worn his head like a
You can't say his
hat.
name. It's Diddy Thong.
Diddy Thong, the non-copyrighted version. We finally are like, haha, it's been us all along, and we just bomb the Earth. Actually, no, we don't bomb them.
Yeah, if you bomb the Earth, then
I was like, well, what was the point? No, we starve them out because they don't have oxygen, they don't have water. We just watch them kind of go into a Mad Max kind of situation where they don't have any water, and they
I mean, if you bombed it, you could turn it into like like your jail planet. Ever think of that? You could like house prisoners.
But we're kind of a peaceful people. This is the first time we've done anything
That's
bad.
true. That is true.
So like we just like kind of starve them out for like 60 years. We're like whatever. We watch them do like a Mad Max thing, and finally when they're all like dead, we put the water back. I said we shot it out into space. I lied.
You held it.
We held
a water
we held
tower.
on to it. Yeah, we have a big water tower in space where the Animaniacs are held. And we shoot it back into Earth, and so Earth like starts living again, and all the humans are gone, and that's our vacation spot. We charge people like every single day they're on Earth, and like there's tons of like rooms that you can live in, like hotels. It's a really nice place. We bring back most of the extinct animals except for the penguins, because during that 60-year period, us and the penguins are at war, because penguins can't fly except in space. They're very good space travelers. They can swim and they can fly in space. They can't.
Can't anybody fly in space though?
But they also can breathe in space. They're like really fast.
Ooh,
They're like
you're
really
right.
fast. Like, they use their little toes. They're like. They're like.
That's pretty
They're like
impressive.
they're like Dragon Ball Z characters. They go that fast.
Do they go Super Saiyan too?
Mm-mm.
Oh darn.
They go Super Penguin.
Ooh.
Super Penguin.
And then they die.
And then they explode. After they go Super Penguin, they automatically
They
die. Their bodies can't hold all that energy.
The average penguin only goes Super Penguin 1.2 times. And you may ask, how is that possible? And I say, I don't know.
I'm not a doctor.
Nobody.
I didn't come.
I'm not an accountant.
I can't account for that.
Oh! What a boy.
What are the repercussions of your star battles?
So we created the Intergalactic Society, and so basically we had a little USA type situation where the Confederates came and they broke off. So we had.
Would you call them rebels?
You're terrible. No, what we called them the Red Bulls.
They got wings, dude.
Yeah, they got wings. So basically, the wings broke off because they didn't agree with our whole "oh, you backstab the people" type thing.
I hate when people say, "Oh, the government's ruining our society.
We can't trust the government.
The government stole my kid."
And we're like, "Shut up! You're fine.
We're doing secret things. Shut
Don't
up.
worry about it."
You'll be fine.
But basically,
Except your kid.
you're 12.
Shut up. You're 12.
So basically, we're just like, you know what? We're not dealing with your whole crap. We're just gonna go to war then. So we're having a civil war between the intergalactic societies, and during this time, we decided to sacrifice part of our states. You know, the states that broke off, and we started to actually show that we used the we built a
bomb.
no a Death Star. Okay,
Oh,
this is where we bring back the
you-
Death Star.
You
the
mean
death,
a death
Death-
light,
death light, death laser.
death planet,
Yep,
dying planet.
dying. There you go. We bring in the dying planet.
It just sounds like a sick
and
planet.
we destroy one of the capital of the Red Bull Wings. Okay,
Yeah.
so blow it up, you know, and everybody's like, "Oh shoot, how did that happen?" You know, we're the first one with a dying planet.
Oh.
Okay, and
No one else has.
no one else has this.
Straight off the lot.
Yeah, nobody else has this technology yet, so they get really scared. But they try to play it tough, like, "Hey, we're not afraid of you.
We're not scared of that giant
We
planet
might
that
be-
just blew up a
We
planet.
might be 12, but
We got sticks.
yeah, we got sticks and stones, and you can't break our bones."
We got Ewok. I mean not Ewoks. Jaywalkers.
They walk without your permission.
Shakes his fist at a cab.
So
I'm
basically,
walking here.
we didn't want to lose any more of those planets. So we go into every other planet, and we basically just march into the capital and say, "Hey, we're taking over." And then the guy's like, "All right, you're right. I'm not gonna fight you." And then we just take him back like that.
Sounds like one of my good friends. His name's Hitler. It sounds like
Hitler.
sounds like one of those plans.
Yeah.
Are you imitating Hitler's rise to fame?
You know what?
Are you writing a book?
It's called Mind Gay.
Wow, that was.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so march in, take over. So intergalactic society's back together. People might not be happy, but we're nice to everybody. Okay.
Except for the people we're not.
Except for
nice
the
to.
people that kind of ticked us off.
Like,
'cause they left.
Book.
Bukamaku.
No, not Bukamaku. That guy's totally. He's cool. I'm talking about Book Skyrunner. Where's Book Skyrunner? I think Book Skyrunner.
He's the son of the Zen people. But
All of them.
all of them of the leader.
A mass orgy
Oh, gosh.
insisted on every single person giving a shred of DNA to this one baby.
Yes.
Everyone is his father, and only one person is his
He's a
mother.
very ugly baby.
He has many genetic defects
Basically, he gets lost. So
in the sauce.
he has no idea who his father is.
It's like, are you my dad? No. Oh wait, yep.
But so he gives up looking for his father, and he doesn't really agree with everything going on. So he finds this underground rebellion called the Red Bull
Bulls.
Wings Part 2. Okay, 2.0. And
Marked.
their whole idea is to take over the intergalactic society, you know? And so Book, Run Stalker,
One. Gym locker.
Jim
Book gym locker.
there we go, I like that. Book Jim Locker decides to join them. And basically this whole spiel, "Oh my gosh, we're fighting, everybody's pissed off." He meets the leader of the Zen people, and his name is Cameron, okay?
His name is Cameron.
Cameron.
Fine
He
name.
meets Cameron, and Cameron cuts off Book Jim Walker's right toe.
His right toe.
His right toe. And then
Everybody knows in your in your space opera that the right toes are what everyone gets their power from.
Yes. And then he cuts off his ankle, his right ankle.
Ah!
Yeah. So and then Cameron is like, "Hey, I'm kind of your dad. If you want to come live with me again, I've been looking for you and I miss you." And
I got a 2-bedroom apartment down in San Diego.
And then-
We can room.
And then Book Jim Walker is like, "Screw you, Dad. I don't want to confine in your house and be with you."
I'm my own man. I pay my own taxes. I got 2 jobs.
And then Cameron's just like, "All right, screw you," and he pushes him, and he falls off the planet. And then, but the Red Bull Wings Part 2 catch him in a
Is there how many people are on this catching mitt of a plane?
7.
7 people?
Yep.
All right. What are the 7?
Freak. They don't matter because they die.
Oh, as they catch and they explode.
They catch them and then they make it to a safe planet and then they commit suicide.
Oh,
Yeah.
kamikaze style.
Yeah, and they ran into a big old
Water tower.
intergalactic.
And that's how the water got back on Earth
And-
and my planet.
Yep, that's how it is. They were making a run from the Intergalactic Society police force and ran into a water tower.
Which was just in the middle of space on a spaceship.
Yep.
You know, I was sitting up there in my big throne, like, what the heck just hit our water tower? Why is the water going back on Earth? It must be some of the rebels back on Earth, and we just shot down the plane.
Yep. And then, so that happens, and then Book Jim Walker, he gets a prosthetic tentacle instead of an ankle and stuff. He just gets it from your people.
And a tentacle.
Yeah, because
For
they're
multi-use.
they're peaceful people.
We're like, what the heck, man? Your friend just kamikaze, and he's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's fine. Here's the tentacle.
Yeah,
Put it on.
They're kind people, and they're
We're
the
like,
best
yeah.
doctors in the whole galaxy.
We're like, yeah, put that tentacle on. Stroke it for us, just
Yeah,
to make sure it works.
so-
Just yeah.
So since you know, it's not just a tentacle.
Just you
It's
feel
a
that? You feel
dong.
that pleasure? It's a dong right there.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm stepping on my dong.
Except he what was it? Sword? No. Levitates. Okay, that only his right ankle levitates. So he's walking with one leg
Off the ground.
off the ground. Anyways, Book Jim Walker decides to give up on his dream of becoming a part of or leading the rebellion to destroy the government, and he gets back with his father.
Aww.
But
Oh, big butts, and
Yes.
I cannot lie.
one day he gets a text on we have little chips that you put into your brain and you can communicate.
Oh,
And
potato
he gets-
chips?
Yes.
Sour ranch?
Exactly. Cheddar.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he gets this little message and it says, Book, we are part of the Red Bull Wings Part 7. We
Oh.
failed 6 times before, but we have it now. And so basically they go on to tell him that since he is with his father and that he's heir to the next throne if his father dies, that he could create a whole new government and become the rebellion leader.
Oh.
So basically,
This is a twist I wasn't
yeah,
expecting.
Yeah.
I thought I've seen this movie before.
No. Book Gay Walker or Jim Walker.
Jeez.
He has
What's
a
up
lot
with-
of different nicknames.
What's up with these mean comments?
Basically, he goes, has another meeting with the Rebellion Part 7, and they say, you know what, your dad's almost dead. You know,
He's
just-
old.
He's like 764 years old, and he's gonna die pretty soon. So no real worries. We just really, really, really want to get our freedom, and we're so sick of that. The water on this planet costs $2.99.
Oh.
That was the reason for the whole rebellion. Overpriced water.
They agreed to all the other things, all the other terms and agreements to a government. They're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Let's pass that law.
Yeah.
Except for $2.99
$2.99 water. You.
And in space currency, that's a lot more. That's
Yeah.
like buying a Porsche.
Yes.
Imagine that every time you had a drink.
So, people were really irritated that they had to spend so much money on this water. So then those rebellious states went off and they had cheap water. You know, only the cost of a Mustang.
Mm.
And so basically, Cameron dies. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
was there a good funeral?
You know, Billy Joel played and stuff. It was
Oh.
pretty good. You know?
Wait, Billy Joel's dead because of my people.
We brought him back to life though.
Space Billy Joel.
Yep. Space Billy Joel.
Space Billy Joel, hey.
And he, you know, he performs his son, or not his son, his songs and stuff. Oh, and so happy in the whole cities.
I
and
pay him.
stuff.
I pay him my respects. Me and Cameron were dear friends.
Yeah,
We smoked cigars on the weekend.
yeah.
That's probably why.
Cubans.
That's probably why he died.
Cubans.
We stole all the Cubans before Cuba. was-
Fidel's Cubans.
We stole his Cubans before we killed the
Nice.
Earth.
I like it.
So we just have a huge stash in my ship. It's like a room full of them. That way,
Oh.
I just have some guy guarding them at all times. I'm like, we're keeping these till my friends die.
And then so basically after his funeral and stuff, you know, Jim Walker becomes the president of the Intergalactic Society. And let me tell you, after these couple hundred years of time and stuff that have been going on, there's half the galaxy has decided to join the Intergalactic Federation. and it's become not just like a country, but a group of countries joining as an alliance.
As a UN.
Yes.
United.
Anatomy.
Anemone.
And I can't remember, but did your people join the Intergalactic Society?
We did for a bit, but then someone said that we had to participate if there ever was a war going on, and we're like, no, we only do wars if we want to do wars.
Okay. I like
And
that.
so then we bowed it out. We're like, hey, we're just gonna be over here doing our own thing. If you guys need us for anything, we're willing to help. But I don't take no orders from no non-technical beings.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a lot of people now, and Book Jim Walker lowers the prices for water. However, he raises the prices for public transportation.
Oh.
And that really ticks a lot of people off. Anyway, long story short, he gets assassinated, okay? Shot right through the back of the head.
I had no idea. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it was a sad day, really sad day. And this guy named Alec Cameron, okay? Alec Cameron came into power. And that's really an odd name because,
it's just very...
he has no correlation to Cameron the First. The original leader.
Just
expensive water.
Just
cheap
a strange coincidence.
Coincidence. Yes.
Coincidence. Sean Connery.
And what he does is he lowers the prices for public transportation and water.
What?
Yes.
No way.
And he makes the economy better somehow.
He
and
made
everybody
space
loves
great
him.
again?
Yep.
What? I don't believe it.
What? You just made a really bad correlation and people are gonna get it.
It's a joke. It's a meme, people.
Guys, it's a joke.
Guys, it's a joke. No one's watched this far. Well, if you want to hear about the Great Penguins Wars, it's very
I'd love to.
It's quite depressing, actually. So my people, we're up in space. We're all just hanging out like, when are these Earthlings gonna die? All of a sudden we see.
Is that the sound a penguin makes?
That is a sound. If you look it up, it's exactly what
A space penguin makes?
the regular penguins. Penguins came from space. If you
I
didn't,
thought they squawked like.
it sounds like you're trying to turn on a car.
Sounds like a motorcycle.
I'm a penguin.
I'm a penguin.
So we're sitting there sipping our space tea. We're like, when are these humans gonna die? It's been like 50 years. It's in the last 10 years of the reign of the humans until they all died out.
Right.
Except for Billy Joel, who's the only
So
one.
humans are extinct now.
Basically, they're so close to being extinct. They're still in their Mad Max kind of fury. This is before the rebels crashed in the water tower.
Right.
So we're sitting there, and all of a sudden, apparently, unbeknownst to me, the penguins were down in the center of the earth, literally chilling out, gaining cold strength, cold hard steel.
So you're saying the center of the earth isn't hot?
I'm saying the center of the earth is so cold it makes iced tea feel bad.
So you're saying that the government's lying to us?
I'm saying the government, Jimmy, is lying to us.
We'll talk to that later.
We'll talk about that.
Continue the penguin.
So the penguins come in big flocks. I don't know how they got out of Earth's atmosphere, because penguins can't fly, but they can fly in space really well.
Right.
So they're flying through space like... We're like, oh shoot, that's a big cloud of black vape juice. And we're like,
Oh, wow.
wait, that's not vape. That's penguins. We killed those. How are they? And then we eventually found out that they're in the center of the earth, but we didn't know that at the time. And we're like, man your battle stations. We're getting our laser guns. We're like, pew, 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 pew. And every single ship they captured, they took back to Earth, and they took us into those caverns. And they had internment camps.
Oh no.
They iced us. They put us on ice. Until after the war, right before the end of the war, Pangdolf Squeaker,
Okay.
he ordered everybody in those internment camps to be put on ice. So when we went down there at the end of the war, all we found was our people looking like cavemen, just like trapped in ice ages. It was not good. We were like put like in ice cubes.
Does that mean that they weren't dead though? Or
No.
will we get to that?
No, they weren't dead, because our people have warm blood, but we also can breathe in water,
Okay.
and we also breathe air, but we also are just photosynthesis looking dudes.
Right.
So that was their biggest issue, was that they had the lack of sunlight, and so as we started de-thawing them after the horrible tragedies of the war, we started frying them up, getting them warm again, and we gave them some chicken food, or penguin food, if you will, because we murdered a whole bunch of penguins and we weren't just going to let them go to waste. We're not that kind of people.
You're right.
That's like a great resource right there.
Yeah.
Food for millennia, generations even. So we started heating them up and stuff. They told us about the horrors of those internment camps and how they made them hold their eggs through the harsh winters.
Oh no.
So as these parents left to go to war and fight us, these not humans, what my species was called. Go look back in the beginning of the episode. We had to hold these little babies with our dong legs.
Tentacles things?
Our tentacle things.
Are you still floating, or do you have to sit down?
We were floating still, and we're like, but our dongs were touching these babies, and so by our laws, everyone that was in those internment camps were pedophiles because they touched a baby with a dong.
So as soon as you guys thawed them out, did they have to go to court? Or
we put every single one of them on trial, and out of the 9,000 people that went into those courts, many more died. Like in total, I'm saying like 400,000 people died in that war.
Only 9,000.
And only 1,000 made it out of the internment camps. But so like 1/16 of our population was destroyed from this.
Okay.
And so we had a big trial for those 1,000 people. It was a big controversial topic. But ultimately we just decided that we should just put them all in jail.
Okay.
And so, yep, that's what we did. And now they're hidden somewhere in the universe that no one will ever know about.
Argentina?
No. So, that's how we
would take over.
That's how we would take over the planet and those repercussions. But we're obviously not those alien groups, so how would we do it right now? If we all of a sudden had, like, I'm saying $1 million each to just infiltrate the government and take over the world, how would we do it?
Ooh. You can go first this time.
I can go
I
first.
went first last time.
What I would do? I would send a strongly written letter to every single one of the country's leader and be like, hey, so-and-so said this about you. Hey, so-and-so said this. Hey, this person doesn't like your hair. At Trump.
Ooh.
And then, bada bing, bada boom, they'd all be angry with each other. And I would definitely entice North Korea the most. Be like, hey, fat baby man.
Ooh.
This is Putin. Fight me, you dumb. And then he would shoot the nukes at each other. This is just what I would do right now. Because this isn't a very smart strategy.
Yeah.
And then I would just have the whole world turn into like a Fallout New Vegas kind of thing. Like a Fallout when everyone's dead. And Radiation. That's the fall of our society right now. And then I would look like a supreme leader. I'd be like, look, people, please. We need to come together right now. We can't let these people divide us. We gotta unify our countries into one big country. Yeah.
Why do you sound like Sylvester Stallone?
It's Sylvester Stallone.
Okay. Are you Rocky?
In this universe, I am Rocky.
Okay. I respect that.
Yo, Adrian. We gotta put away our differences and you know what I'm saying? We gotta make one big nation, and we'll call it the Earthian nation. We're all gonna be here as humans. You know what I'm saying, Adrian? Everyone can tote a gun. Everyone could be loving who they want to love. You know what I'm saying, Adrian?
And we'd have one big nation until the Titans come and attack our walls.
But how do you get that one nation? Everybody's just like, oh, you're right.
Yep. I'm the hope at the end of the tunnel after this huge fallout has happened, this nuclear fallout. I'm speaking truce right now. I'm like, people, we need to just do this. And I'm like, I go around and be like Gandhi. I'm an ambassador. I'm like, hey, people were provoked. What they did wasn't wrong, but what they did wasn't right. Like, you need to be smart. You just shouldn't have done the nukes, but war is war, and now we need to come together and unify ourselves as a country and as like a new human race. And people be like, you're right.
I like it.
How would you do it?
All
How
right.
would you take over the world with $1 million?
So we gotta start out with some imperialism right here. So let's say where should I start? United States. That's where we live.
Yeah.
So we start to take over. Or first off, we ally with all of our eastern countries. You know, east of America. So Europe and Asia and all of them, and we ally with them. And we're like, cool. So they won't attack us, and we start taking over Canada, Mexico, South America. You know, like Brazil and all of them, and then Cuba. You know, Jamaica, all those. You know,
You're making me crazy.
yeah. All of those. So then we have full control of the West Hemisphere, if that's how you call it. But, you know, west side of the earth, you know, we take it over and we're good. So after that, we look at all of our allies that we have made in the eastern region of the world, and we look at the ones that are only allied with us, okay? And we start to take those ones out first. So then everybody's like, well, why would you do that? And we're like, you know what? You guys aren't allied with them. You guys aren't making any benefits from them or anything like that. And we just slowly start taking them out one by one. You know, one ally by another ally, until finally we get to the allies that are multiple. You know, they have multiple alliances, and we analyze who their alliances are. So if we're going for England and they're allied with France, we take out France because England's stuck by themselves on an island. Well, kind of. You know, they're isolated. So we strategically pick our areas, and then, you know, we take out two, and then as soon as the other countries start to declare war on us, that's when we gather the troops and the amount of people that we get from these other countries that we have taken over, and then boom, we have like 3 billion or 4 billion of the people on the planet. And then we slowly get up to the 7 billion people on the planet, and then there you go. But we'll be a democratic society, and nobody will be pissed about it.
There's a lot of backstabbing going on in this discussion. Our first episode's a lot of double crossing. I don't know if we can be friends anymore, because I feel like you're gonna backstab me.
I already stole your car. So your bank account information is.
Are you the real Trash Diamond? Am I a drunk dancer? On that note, this has been the first episode of Pigs in a Blanket. This is a rather weird one, rather different than some of the other ones. I had fun.
Yeah, it was fun. I like talking.
I like talking. My mouth is a little parched, but other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Check out next week's episode of whatever comes out next week.
Yep.
And have a great day. Bye-bye.
Yep, see you guys.